Hey Dom, how you doing, buddy? So I want to make you this video so I could educate you a little bit more and definitely talk more about the strategy that we hope to take with you. So, of course, why do we do what we do? So we have one main goal, and that's growth. We dedicate most of our time to improve businesses online. And when I joined Launch Local, I wanted to work with personal trainers like yourself because I know how hard it can be to get new clients in through that door, and especially in the online world. And what we thrive on is knowing that our strategies have been the main contributing factor to a successful business. So of course, how do we do it? So there's four things that we do. The first is content. Now the best way I can explain content is if you pause this video in a second and you type in the word orange into Google. Now the first thing that will probably come up is Wikipedia. Not because Wikipedia know the most about oranges, it's because of the content. Wikipedia lists are huge. So when you have a lot of content on your website, it shows authority in the eyes of Google. The second is social media. And Dom, you're smashing it with your Facebook, buddy. And I know you're trying to reach those 1,000 likes. And we can help you get there. But in the meantime, you're doing brilliant. And the only thing we'd want you to do is set up a Google Plus account so we can get you on the Google Map listings. The third one is the backlinks. Backlinks are a little bit boring. And I can explain those in a little while about exactly what they do and the effect they have. But basically, when your link is on a site with a lot of authority, it's a vote in the eyes of Google. And finally, citations. Citations are a directory, like the yellow pages. The more your number and your email address and your name comes up in the Google searches, the better. Now, of course, the packages. Now our packages are tailor-made and we have 3 different packages, Dom. Now we have them all tailored to each client. So that's why the prices range. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Dom, but I would say you're looking for the launch package, mainly because you're looking to dominate just Norwich. Of course, if you want to come to Bath, and I'm not writing that off, you're more than welcome to look towards the growth package, but I wouldn't say you need that at this point. And the scale package is our premium package, which we do with our bigger national clients. So in the meantime, you'd probably want to look towards this monthly package. Next, as I mentioned before, Dom, huge credit to you, man, for building that website with Squarespace. It's not the easiest tool to do it with, but you don't have a lot of flexibility with SEO. You can still do it, but with WordPress, you have a lot more accessibility. And the reason why we have 3 packages is based on the pages. So with a simple page, we can tailor up to 3 pages. Now, you're a man who understands that you get what you pay for. So when you only have 3 pages, you can't really showcase your talents. And on your page, you have 6 pages. And with the middle one, you can have up to 15. But I know you probably don't want to use all of that. So we'd probably place you somewhere in the middle. Now, to be honest, I've already spoken to my boss, and he already assured me that with the SEO package, it'd be between £250 and £500. And with the web design, it would be between £800 to £1,200. Now, I can't give you a final price just yet, Dom. We need to do a special audit to give you a final price, but at least that way it gives you a bit of an idea of the range that we're working with. Okay? And finally, we have the large premium package where if you were looking to sell supplements, clothing, this is something we could do in the future with you. But in the meantime, let's talk a little bit more about these 4 things we do and more practical terms. So, nice little search, personal trainers Norwich. And what exactly comes up straight away is an ad. Now the ads, they're not really useful anymore. About 30% of people actually click on the ads. And so you can imagine they ignore this. And they go straight to the first organic one on page 1. Now what you need to understand, this is like real estate, the landscape. The more you can be seen on this first page, the better. Especially when clients are typing in key words like personal trainers Norwich. So if we look here, you can see Free Index and Personal Trainers in Norwich. They're both directories. And in the eyes of Google, they don't really want to have them there. They want to put local businesses like yourself there. But you need to know how to get yourself there. So if we look at it like real estate, these are 2 properties which we know we can definitely get you at least 1. Now your main competition is this one. Lifestyles training for living. Now, Dom, I know you. I know how competitive you are because we're both athletes. And you know you can do better than this page. This page is ugly. but they have a lot of content, as you can see. Now, to break it down even more, I'll show you a special tool that we use. We only use the best stat, Launch Local, because for our clients, we want to make sure we can measure your return on investments. So as I mentioned last week, this was one of the main figures I want to draw your attention to. This is the average reach that they're getting people clicking on their website just through Google. So this number is just through Google. Now that doesn't count Bing, Yahoo, etc. So, we could safely double that. So they're doing pretty well of present. The next one that I drew your attention to last week was this graph here. Now, around about March 2013, they probably started implementing SEO. And since then, they've been growing. However, something happened in July 2014. They either changed or they gave the SEO company a kick up the arse and they grew again. And since then, they've hit record numbers, about 222 in January, and they're not doing too bad this month. But I know that's not enough for you, Dom, and you really want to believe in SEO and what it does, and I can show you even more of the power it has. The keywords, as I mentioned before, involves the content. These are the words your potential future clients are typing into Google. So personal trainer Norwich, personal trainers Norwich, etc. They're ranking number 1. And they did so last month. So they're pretty dominant. But the exciting thing is, Dom, is there's no reason why we can't implement the exact same keywords. Because the reason why we are so successful is we look at your competitors, we benchmark what they do, we implement their keywords to make sure that you get similar results a lot quicker, and then we are able to exceed them. So now I'll put a little bit more of a full report up so you can see exactly what those keywords hold weight for. So as you can see, we've got a couple more keywords, a couple more abstract ones, which we won't be implementing, don't worry. But what I want to draw your attention to is the volume. So this is how many times people are searching personal trainer Norwich, 260 times. And this is how many per month on Google people are going to your competitor, 220. So you compare those two numbers, they're not doing too bad. But Dom, let's remember, how ugly is that website? A lot of people are going to bounce straight off that. So if you're number 2, if you're number 3, or even number 4, you're going to be picking up all those people very quickly. And you've experienced it yourself. So it's not unrealistic. Now the important thing for us is the keyword difficulty, this KD figure. We normally work between 50 to 65 keyword difficulty. That shows us that it's not too tough. There's not a lot of competition out there, as opposed to Phoenix Gym Norwich, which is a branded gym. You see a lot of people searching it because they're very specific on what they want to find. And to put it in final context, I'll show you a website that we've worked on and that we've successfully ranked high in Google through using content. So straight away, the Google bots that crawl through pages, the algorithm, they'll see this straight away. And you can see professional composite UPVC doors is a keyword and it's at the top of the page. As you move down, buddy, you'll see a lot more keywords and titles, all relating to doors. A little bit more detail, a lot more content. And as you keep going, you'll notice that there's even more content. Because what we have here, we have professional writers. And so we make sure that they are writing the exact keywords Google are looking for. Not just Google are looking for, but ultimately your future clients, because we want to position you in front of the right people. So now that we've talked about keywords, I want to move on to the Google Map listings. This little bad boy here. This is probably the most valuable piece of real estate when it comes to SEO. If you can be ranked in the top 3, you're going to be doing very well, because a lot of these websites aren't even on page 1. So if we expand this, you can see all the registered PTs in Norwich. However, there's another rankings within this. So Google Map listings and the Google rankings are completely different. So this is where citations come into play. Now citations are a directory. So you know how I mentioned earlier, the more your name, your email, your number is seen amongst Google, the more likely you'll be higher ranked in these Google Map listings. And the way we do that is make sure you have a Google Plus account, and that way we can then post onto here. But we'll take care of all that for you. And finally, the most boring part is the backlinks. However, you may never see them, they may be boring, but they play a big role in your rankings. Now, just like everything else, they all come together. But backlinks is authority, it's a vote. So when your link is posted on, say, bodybuilding.com, that has a lot of authority because bodybuilding.com, in the eyes of Google, is a top site. So if your link is somewhere within that site, that's a big vote for Google to say that you're a legit site. Now, your main competitors have 12. Now, I don't want to worry you, buddy, but it's not about quantity, it's about quality. And the way I can show you that is by skipping a bit of the fluff and the big data and showing you the exact breakdown of each link. Now, this is something we worry about and not you. This is the key figure that is important. The bigger the number, the more trust and authority you get. It's good to have a huge variety, but as I mentioned before, the more higher ones, the quality ones you can have, the better it is in the eyes of Google. So now I've taken you all the way through that, bud, and I hope I haven't bored you too much. I just want to recap, and I hope that I've educated you on a little bit more of what I do and exactly how we can help you, Dom. So if you have any questions, please let me know on Facebook, bud, and also let me know what you thought about this video, okay? And then from there, you let me know how we can move forward. All right, you look after yourself, bud.